Hey everyone, Chrissy here. Today I'm going to show you how to make a few of these cards. These are great for the holidays because they are super fast to assemble and they still give you a real elegant look. It looks like you've spent hours on them when you mail them out to your friends and family at Christmas time or the holidays. So I'm going to use these new Gina K fancy foils. I just showed you a sneak peek there of some of the foils available, and these are some of the new holiday foil mates, and I'm using kind of pieces of all of these. There's a coordinating die that goes with these, and then the other ones that I'm going to use for my video, there's circle dies that go with those. Everything fits perfectly. So there is literally no guesswork. You take the foil mate, you drop the die on, you cut it, and you assemble it. That is it. So that's a quick shot of some of the dies that are available that coordinate. So I just trimmed out a couple of these. I just knew that I was going to do a little strip there on my card. All I'm doing is I'm putting a little bit of powder on it. I wear a decent amount of lotion on my hands, and I will tell you that if you wear a lot of lotion or sometimes the oil from your hands, if it gets onto these toner sheets, the foil mates are toner sheets, it can stop some of the foil from adhering. So just use a chalk pouch or some powder and you're good. So I throw it in some parchment paper. You can see I'm running it through my laminator. I'm actually showing my laminator on camera this time because I've had a few requests to show that. So you just peel off the foil. It goes through once and that's it. It's done. It's perfect. It's beautiful. And then on to the next one that you can go ahead and you can do the same thing. Again, you want to make sure the colored side is up. The plain silver side is down. So while I was laminating that one, I decided I was going to do dual foil colors. I got kind of fancy on some of these other ones. So I did the one side and then I did the other side, and you can see that the top was green and the bottom was red, and then I did the same thing on this one. Now this one was a little bit trickier because the foil didn't lay perfectly. Oh, and sometimes the toner gets on your parchment paper, so you can just refold it and you're fine. So I ran it through, but then you can see some of that berry there. It didn't get the foil because it wasn't straight, so no problem. Just cut a little strip of foil there from some of your leftover foil and just put that on, and then you're good. So, and you can cut around, if you want to be really fancy and particular, you can kind of figure out, measure and cut around it. I'm not like that. I want to drop it in and I want to go, especially when I'm making a bunch of cards, like Christmas cards. I kind of feel like I don't have time for that. So I'm just going to go as fast as I can to mass produce these and get them done. And I literally made 4 cards in just a few minutes. Once your laminator is heated up and it's ready to go, because make sure your laminator is super hot and ready, it's a snap to do this, you can see. And then I added some of the silver for the Christmas sentiment. And that's it. Everything is foiled. Everything is done. Now it's just a matter of assembly. You can cut like a bunch of card bases at once, score them all at once, and that's it. So here you can see I'm putting that strip on. I know it's too big than the card. That's okay that it's bigger than the card. I actually recommend doing that because if you try to measure and make it perfect, if you're off just like a 1/16 of an inch, you can see that black coming through and it looks goofy. So always err on the side of caution. Make it a little bit bigger. You can always trim it to what it needs to be after, and that way everything is flush and you have no extra black borders that you don't want on there. And then I'm just using some 3D foam squares to make that little die cut foiled sentiment pop out a little bit. I wanted that to stand out. I wanted that to, to really kind of be the focal point. So I had a few extra little pieces of foil that got stuck on there. You can see I just used a little razor and I got it off, and it comes off no problem. So now I'm going to repeat the process again in case you missed it the first time because I was gabbing. So same thing, oversized strip, go ahead and put it on your black cardstock, trim it off, and then just add some of your 3D foam squares. I use some of the small ones, but honestly the big ones would probably be a better idea, or even the strips. And then you just cut the strips and kind of put it on and you're done. And then just go ahead and assemble the card. You can make these super fast because you just have a little bit of foam on there. It's not going to be extra postage to mail because you're not putting layer upon layer upon layer. And then for the inside, just cut some white paper, and then you can stamp a sentiment or write a nice handwritten sentiment. I mean, you're saving time on the card, so you can write a note, right? So thanks so much for stopping by today. I hope you'll give this a try. Make sure to follow us all over social media and use hashtags DECOFoil and hashtag Therm O Web. I'll see you next time.